Hello everyone. So in the previous class we had a discussion on field effect transistor, and we compared field effect transistor with that of BJT. And in that class we had told you that there are basically two types of FET which we will be considering in this class. First one was your JFET or junction field effect transistor, which we have already covered in the previous class. The second one is MOSFET. Okay, so in this class we will be concentrating on this MOSFET part. It is also a type of field effect transistor. Okay, so that means in this case also your current conduction is takes place due to some applied electrical field, okay, which is applied in the form of some voltage. So that means it is basically a voltage control device. Okay, it's a voltage control device. So MOSFET, it's also there are many other names of this MOSFET as well. Like first of all, this MOSFET stands for metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Okay, so this is one of the name of this particular device. Another name of this device is insulated gate field effect transistor, or IG FET. Okay, FET stands for field effect transistor and IG stands for insulated gate. And the third one is metal insulated semiconductor field effect transistor, or MISFET. MISFET. Okay, FET is for field effect transistor and MIS stands for metal insulator semiconductor. Okay, so just like your JFET, your metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor or MOSFET are also of two types. One is your N channel MOSFET, another is your P channel MOSFET. Okay, so these MOSFETs are also three terminal device, just like your JFET. The three terminals are source, drain and gate. Okay, the source is that terminal through which carriers enter the device. Okay, for N channel MOSFET it's electrons, and for P channel MOSFET it's basically holes. Okay, so for N channel MOSFET, the terminal through which electrons enter the circuit is basically called your source terminal, and the terminal through which these electrons will leave will call the drain terminal. On the other hand, in case of a P channel MOSFET, the terminal through which holes enter the circuit will be called your source terminal, and the terminal through which holes will leave the circuit or will leave the device will be basically called your drain terminal. So here we have shown a structure of a P channel MOSFET. Okay, this is basically a P channel MOSFET. So how is this P channel MOSFET constructed? In case of this P channel MOSFET, it basically consists of a N-type semiconductor substrate. Okay, it's a lightly doped N-type semiconductor. Okay, it basically consists of lightly doped N-type semiconductor in which two highly doped P plus regions are injected. Okay, two highly doped P plus regions are injected or diffused, whatever it can be said. So it basically consists of a lightly doped N-type substrate in which two highly doped P plus regions are injected. Okay, on the top of this particular device an insulator layer is formed. Okay, this insulator layer is that of a silicon dioxide. Okay, it's basically a silicon dioxide, it's basically an insulator. Okay, and terminals are taken out from this P plus region. One of them is acting as a source, another is acting as a drain. Okay, so it basically consists of a lightly doped N-type semiconductor substrate on which two highly doped P plus regions are injected. Okay, terminals are taken out of these P plus regions which are acting as the source terminal and the drain terminal. Okay, so these are basically your contact. Okay, so from here your source terminal and drain terminal are being taken out. On the top of this N-type substrate an insulator layer is formed. Okay, an insulating silicon dioxide layer is being formed. Okay, and on the top of this silicon dioxide layer a metal plate is being placed. This metal plate acts as the gate electrode. Okay, so a metal electrode is placed. Okay, and it acts as a gate. Okay, so it basically consists of three terminals: source, drain and the gate. Okay, so in this way it basically acts as a third terminal. Okay, so now this gate, along with this silicon dioxide layer and this channel which will be formed, okay, this basically acts as a capacitor. Okay, it basically acts as a capacitor, where the silicon dioxide layer acts as a dielectric. Okay, it basically acts as a dielectric or the insulating medium which is placed in between the parallel plate capacitor. Okay, so this thing basically acts like a parallel plate capacitor. This is a channel. Okay, this is basically a induced P channel. Okay, initially this was not present. Whenever we will apply a negative voltage at this gate terminal, okay, whenever we will apply this negative voltage at this gate terminal with respect to source, okay, with respect to source, what will happen? The positive charges, okay, positive charges will accumulate here, okay, which are basically nothing but your holes. Holes will accumulate here, and as a result, a channel will be formed. Okay, this length denoted by capital N is called the channel width or the channel length of the channel. So how does this P channel MOSFET work? Okay, first of all, let us discuss this. So basically it consists of a N type substrate. Okay, in this N type substrate, lightly doped N type substrate, two highly doped P plus regions are injected. Okay, and on the top of this substrate, an insulating silicon dioxide layer is being placed. On this silicon dioxide layer, a metal plate is being placed, okay, which acts as the gate terminal. Now if I apply a negative voltage, at this gate terminal with respect to source, okay, so what will happen? This is N-type substrate. N-type substrate, that means basically the majority carrier in case of this N-type substrate is electrons, okay, because it's N-type. So the majority carrier will be electrons. Now due to the application of the negative voltage at the gate terminal, what will happen? If I apply a negative voltage at this gate terminal with respect to source, the electrons present here will be repelled, okay, because of this negative voltage applied at the gate electrode. The electrons present here, near the silicon dioxide layer will be repelled. Okay, as a result, this region will be devoid of any carriers. The only thing which will be present here are your donor ions. Okay, positively charged donor ions. Okay, no carrier will be present. Now if I make this voltage more and more negative, okay, if I make this terminal more and more negative, okay, what will happen? After a particular threshold value, okay, okay, what will happen? This negative voltage will attract the holes from this N-type substrate. Okay, holes are minority carriers in this N-type substrate. Okay, so once this negative voltage goes beyond the threshold voltage value, okay, it will attract the holes from this N-type substrate, and as a result, a channel will be formed. Okay, as a result, a channel will be formed. Now, if I apply a negative voltage at this drain terminal with respect to source, okay, what will happen? Your holes will start to flow in this path. Okay, so as you can see, as we are increasing more and more negative voltage, okay, as we are increasing this we are making this gate terminal to be more and more negative with respect to source, more and more holes will accumulate here. Okay, so as a result, what is happening? Its conductivity is increasing, because if you add more and more, if you make this gate terminal more and more negative, more and more holes will accumulate here. As a result, the width of the channel will go on increasing. Okay, the width of the channel will go on increasing. As a result, its conductivity will go on increase. Okay, its conductivity will go on increase. Okay, so as you apply more and more negative voltage, its conductivity will go on increasing. As a result, your current will also increase. Okay, so this channel is acting as a resistance. It's basically a voltage dependent resistance. Okay, it's depending upon the voltage applied at the gate terminal. Okay, so it's, the resistance of this gate channel, the resistance of this channel is depending upon this gate voltage. Okay, so as you make this gate voltage more and more negative, its conductivity is getting enhanced. Okay, so this sort of P channel MOSFET is called your enhancement type P channel MOSFET. Okay, we'll be discussing that later on. Okay, so this is the operation on which your MOSFET works. Okay, so this was the case for your P channel MOSFET. Similar will be the case for your N channel MOSFET. Here we will be taking this P type substrate, lightly doped P type substrate, in which two highly doped N plus regions are injected. Okay, this P plus basically represents that it is highly doped. Okay, and the polarity of the voltages will also get reversed in case of N channel MOSFET. Okay, so this is basically the operation on which a MOSFET works. Now again, a MOSFET can operate in two ways. In two ways a MOSFET can be operated. First one is your enhancement MOSFET, or in short form it's written as E-MOSFET. Okay, the one which I showed you just now was an enhancement type MOSFET. Okay, what was happening in case of enhancement type MOSFET is that as we are increasing the negative voltage of the, as we are making the gate voltage voltage of the gate terminal more and more negative, the conductivity of the channel was increasing. Okay, so that means more and more current was able to pass through the channel. So as a result, its conductivity is getting enhanced as we are applying more and more negative voltage at the gate terminal with respect to the source. So for that reason, it's basically called an enhancement MOSFET or the E-MOSFET. Okay, so that's the basically case for enhancement MOSFET. The second one is your depletion MOSFET. Or in short form, it can be written as D-MOSFET. Okay, D stands for depletion. So what happens in case of a depletion MOSFET? Say suppose if we consider a P channel MOSFET. Okay, P channel MOSFET operating in depletion mode. Okay, then how will the circuit look like? Everything will be same. Okay, so this is basically a the construction of a P channel MOSFET which is designed to be operated in depletion mode. What will happen? Say suppose if I don't apply any gate voltage. Okay, if I don't apply any gate voltage and if I apply a negative voltage at the drain terminal with respect to source, then what will happen? This negative polarity will attract the holes. Okay, so as a result the current will start to flow from source to drain. Okay, as a result the current will start to flow from source to drain. So this is the case when your gate voltage is 0. Okay, this is the case when your gate voltage is 0. Now say suppose if I apply a positive voltage. Okay, say suppose if I apply a positive voltage at this gate terminal with respect to source. Okay, this one is negative and this one is positive. Okay, we are applying a negative voltage at the drain terminal with respect to source, and we are applying instead of writing out as positive negative, let us connect some voltage source, then we will be able to understand it better. We are applying a positive voltage at gate terminal with respect to source, and at the same time we are applying a negative voltage at the drain terminal with respect to source. Okay, so now when this VGS, this is VGS, gate to source voltage. When this gate to source voltage was 0, okay, so at that time, due to this negative voltage, okay, due to this negative polarity, your holes were getting attracted towards the drain terminal. So as a result, your current was flowing from source to drain like this. Through the device, the current was flowing from source to drain. Now say suppose if I apply a positive voltage at gate terminal with respect to source, okay, this positive polarity at the gate terminal will attract the electrons, okay, it will attract the electrons from this n-type substrate into this channel, okay, into this channel. As a result, what will happen? As a result, this particular region, okay, this particular region will be devoid of any carriers, okay, because the holes present here were neutralized by the electrons, okay, so this particular region will be devoid of any carriers, okay, so as a result the effective width of the channel gets reduced, okay, since the effective width of the channel gets reduced, its conductivity decreases, okay. Now if I increase the gate voltage further, what will happen? The channel width, this particular region, the width of this region will go on increasing, okay, this depletion region will go on increase. As a result, the effective width of the channel will go on reducing, okay. So if you increase the gate voltage, okay, the effective width of the channel is going on reducing. As a result, its conductivity is reducing, okay. That means as you increase the voltage, okay, there is a depletion of the majority carriers in this channel, okay, there is a depletion of the majority carriers in this channel. So for that reason, it is basically called depletion MOSFET, okay. In case of depletion MOSFET, as you increase the voltage, okay, as you increase the gate voltage, the conductivity of the channel reduces, okay, the conductivity of the channel reduces because its width get reduced, okay, its width get reduced, okay. So now you see here, okay, here in this case the gate voltage, gate terminal is positive with respect to source and drain is negative with respect to source, okay, drain is negative with respect to source, okay. So that means here, okay, in this region the potential difference, okay, the voltage difference between the gate to drain, okay, the voltage difference between gate to drain will be higher as compared to the voltage difference between gate to source, okay. That means your VGS will be greater than your VGD, okay, VGS will be greater than your VGD, okay. How it can be? Say suppose, let us take an example. Say suppose this gate voltage is 5 volt, say suppose this source voltage of the source terminal is 3 volt and this one is, say suppose, 1 volt. So you just see that the gate to drain voltage VGD is 4 volt, on the other end your VGS is 2 volt, okay. So that means here the voltage drop is more as compared to the voltage drop here. So as a result, the more and more majority carriers will be depleted towards the drain side as compared to the source side, okay, and more carriers will be depleted towards the drain side, and at a particular voltage, okay, at a particular value of this gate voltage, this will basically just touch this channel, okay. It's analogous to the pinch off point as we have seen in the case of your JFET, okay. So in this way, at a particular value of gate voltage, this thing will occur, okay. So at this point the current becomes saturated, okay. So at this point, even if we increase the drain to source voltage, okay, okay, then also what will happen? Then also the current flowing from source to drain will remain more or less constant. That means the saturation point will be reached, okay. Now the same MOSFET, okay, the same MOSFET can be operated in the enhancement mode as well. Here we have applied a positive voltage at gate terminal with respect to source. Say suppose if I reverse the polarity, if I apply a negative voltage at gate terminal with respect to source, then what will happen? This negative polarity will attract more and more holes from this n-type substrate. So as a result, the effective width of the channel will increase. So as a result, its conductivity will increase. So MOSFET, which is designed for depletion mode, can be operated in enhancement mode as well. So this is the case for a P channel MOSFET. Same thing is applicable for N channel MOSFET. Just in place of N, we will be taking P and we have to reverse all the voltage polarities. Okay, so this is the depletion MOSFET. Okay. Next we are moving on to the characteristic of MOSFET or the static characteristic of MOSFET. Okay, so it's basically the plot of the drain current versus drain to source voltage with VGS as the parameter. Okay, so it's basically a plot of drain current versus drain to source voltage with VGS as a parameter. Say suppose if we consider P channel MOSFET operating in enhancement mode, okay, then how will the characteristic look like? The characteristic will look like somewhat like this. So it basically consists of two regions. This region is called the linear region and this region is called the saturation region. Okay, say suppose here gate to source voltage is minus 20 volt. Here say suppose gate to source voltage is minus 15 volt. Here say suppose gate to source voltage is minus 10 volt. And here say suppose gate to source voltage is minus 5 volt. Okay, so this is basically the static characteristic of a P channel MOSFET. Okay, so how we are getting this? Let us discuss this. As you can see that there are basically two regions, linear region and a saturation region. Say suppose let us consider the graph for any value of VGS. Say suppose let us consider minus 10 volt only. Okay, so we are applying a negative voltage at gate terminal with respect to source. So as a result, what will happen? A P channel will be created. Okay, the negative polarity of negative voltage applied at the gate terminal will attract the holes. Okay, it will attract the holes near the silicon dioxide layers. Okay, so as a result, a channel will be formed. A P channel will be formed between source and drain. Okay, now say suppose if I apply a drain to source voltage, that means if I apply a negative voltage at gate terminal with respect to source, then this negative polarity at the drain will attract the holes. As a result, the current will start to flow through the device from source to drain. Okay, so as you increase this voltage, okay, as you increase this drain to source voltage, what will happen? More and more current will flow. Okay, more and more current will start to flow because this region is acting like a resistance. Okay, this region is acting like a resistance. So as you increase the voltage, your current value also increases linearly. So here we are getting this linear region. Okay, here the current is rising linearly with the voltage. Okay, what happens after that? Let us discuss this with the help of the diagram. Okay, so as you can see that we have applied a negative voltage at gate terminal with respect to source. So as a result, a P channel has been created here in between source and drain. Although we have shown it to be uniform, but actually this P channel is not uniform. Okay, this P channel is not uniform. Okay, what is happening is that the voltage difference between the channel and the gate terminal towards the source side is VGS. Okay, the voltage difference between the gate, okay, the voltage difference between the gate and the channel towards the source side is VGS. On the other hand, the corresponding difference towards the drain side is VGD. Okay, this VGD is nothing but VGS minus VDS. Okay, its VGD is equal to VGS minus VDS. Okay, so what is happening is that due to this difference, okay, due to this difference, the actual channel width is less towards the drain side as compared to the source side. Okay, it's somewhat like this. Okay, it's somewhat like this. Here the resistance is more. Okay, here the resistance is more because as you can see that this voltage is less. Okay, this voltage is less here towards the drain side. Okay, towards the drain side the difference is less. As a result, voltage difference is less. As a result, here the holes accumulating here will be less as compared to the holes which are accumulating here. Okay, so what will happen as a result? As a result, the resistance offered towards the source side is less as compared to the resistance offered towards the drain side. Okay, so now as you go on increasing this drain to source voltage, okay, as you go on increasing this drain to source voltage, this VGD will go on reducing, and at a particular value of this drain to source voltage, when this voltage becomes equal to threshold voltage, okay, at that moment your pinch off takes place. Okay, your pinch off takes place. That means what will happen? Okay, what will happen? Here the channel will just reduces to 0. Okay, it just reduces to 0. That means just touch each other, touch here, touch this point. Okay, so this point is basically called the pinch off. At this point, at this stage we say that the pinch off phenomena has taken place. Okay, so at this point, after this point, even if we increase the value of VDS, your current remains same. That means we say that the current has saturated. So this value of current is represented by ID SAT, and the corresponding value of drain to source voltage at which this becomes equal to VT, that value of drain to source voltage is called VD SAT, saturation voltage. Okay, so this saturation voltage is being represented by this dotted curve. Okay, these are basically the values of your drain saturation voltage, saturation drain to source voltage for various values of VGS. Okay, as you can see that as we are making this VGS more and more negative, this VD SAT is basically going on increasing, as well as ID SAT or saturation drain current is also increasing. As we make more and more this drain to source voltage negative, what will happen? Just this point will shift towards the source. Okay, so that means your current will remain more or less same, although your drain current will rise slightly with drain to source voltage. So with this we are coming to this saturation region. Okay, now as you go on increasing this gate to source voltage, that means as you go on making it more and more negative, what will happen? Your current will go on increasing because its conductivity will go on increasing for a particular value of drain to source voltage. So this way basically we get a static characteristic of a MOSFET. Okay, similarly say suppose if you are provided with a MOSFET, okay, which can be operated in both depletion mode as well as an enhancement mode. Okay, it can be operated in both depletion mode as well as in enhancement mode. Then how will it work? How does the characteristic will look like? The characteristic will be similar. Say suppose we are provided with a P channel MOSFET. Okay, say suppose we are provided with a p channel MOSFET, okay, which can be operated in both depletion mode as well as in enhancement mode. Okay, so in that case, when your VGS is 0, then in that case your current is not 0. Okay, because a channel was diffused in the n-type substrate in between source and the drain. So as a result, even though your VGS is 0, a current will flow from source to drain. So this is the case for VGS to be 0. Okay, this is the case for VGS to be 0. Now what will happen if I make this VGS negative? Okay, if I make this VGS more and more negative, okay, what will happen if I make this VGS more and more negative? That means if I make this gate terminal to be more and more negative, what will happen? It will attract more and more holes towards it. Okay, as a result, its conductivity will basically increase. So the curve will look like somewhat like this. And on the other hand, if I make VGS to be positive, so here it's working in the depletion mode, and here it's working in the enhancement mode. Okay, so if you make this gate voltage more and more negative, then it will work in the enhancement mode. The conductivity of the channel will go on increase. Okay, if you make this VGS negative, say suppose here VGS is minus 5 volt, here say suppose VGS is minus 10 volt. On the other hand, if I make this gate voltage to be positive, then it starts to work in the depletion mode, because the positive voltage applied at the gate terminal will attract electrons towards itself. Okay, so as a result, some portion of the channel will be depleted of the magnetic carrier. So as a result, its conductivity will decrease. Okay, so in this way basically we will get the curve. Okay, so this is the static characteristic of the MOSFET. Okay, now let us see the symbols of various type of MOSFET. Okay, if I consider N channel MOSFET, symbols. If I consider N channel MOSFET, so how does N channel MOSFET look like? Okay, so these are the various symbols for your MOSFET. These two are the symbols for the N channel MOSFET, and these two are the symbols for your P channel MOSFET. So there are three terminals: source, drain, and gate. Okay, this symbol is used for enhancement type MOSFET. Okay, this one as well as this one. Okay, this broken line. Okay, this broken line basically represents that when your gate to source voltage is 0, at that time no current will flow through the device. Okay, so these are for enhancement type MOSFET. Okay, and these two are for your depletion one. Okay, here you can see it's basically solid line. This solid line basically represents that even though your gate to source voltage is 0, a current will be able to flow through the device. So for that reason, this is basically called your, this is for your depletion MOSFET. Okay, so this is your enhancement type N channel MOSFET, this is depletion type N channel MOSFET. This is enhancement type P channel MOSFET and this is depletion type P channel MOSFET. So this is all for today. This is the MOSFET. In the next class we will be moving on to transformer part. Thank you everyone.